So I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube lately of people talking about dumb phones, phones that look like this. There are a lot of different ones out there, but they all discuss the same basic premise: ditching the smartphone with all of its distractions for a phone that can pretty much just call and text. And over the last couple of years, dumb phones have gained a lot of interest as a potential solution to our tech-saturated lives. But do they live up to the hype? Let's find out. Hi, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Jake, and I like to learn and share what I learn here on YouTube. One of my favorite subjects is technology and how we can leverage it to its full potential. So let's dive into it. Are dumb phones just a gimmick, or are they actually genius? First, let's talk about the rise of the dumb phone. Since the widespread adoption of the smartphone in the early 2010s, the average user's daily screen time has absolutely skyrocketed. And in the last couple years, people have become increasingly aware of all the issues that come with this. Because for every useful thing that we can do with a smartphone, there are also 5 other things that are much less helpful. So it makes sense that people are looking for a way to find balance, and that dumb phones have caught the attention of mainstream media. So at this point, you're probably wondering, do I myself have a dumb phone? Yes and no. I'll get to that in a bit. But first, a little backstory. About 8 years ago, I was studying in Madrid, and I wanted to focus on the experience as much as possible. So I quit social media, and I decided to dramatically reduce my phone use. And honestly, it was pretty easy to do, because whenever I would leave the house, my phone didn't have an internet connection. So I could still take photos, make notes, and pretty much do everything useful with my phone, but without all the distractions of being online. A lot of things have happened since then, but that experience has really shaped my relationship with technology ever since. I had realized that the issue with smartphones isn't the phone itself, but instead how you use it. So I've tried to always leverage technology to its fullest potential, rather than just avoiding it entirely. But I've also tried to limit my smartphone use ever since. About a year ago, I started thinking about how I could disconnect more from my smartphone. I wanted something that would let me leave the house without my phone, but still be able to communicate if I needed to. Basically, I wanted a dumb phone. And like I said, I did end up buying one. Kind of. My dumb phone is a smartwatch. Let me explain. This, or a watch like it, can be used to make and receive calls, send messages, listen to music, make reminders, and pretty much do anything useful that you'd do on a smartphone, but without all the distractions that a smartphone offers. You can't scroll through social media, you can't watch things on Netflix or YouTube, and generally speaking, you'll have a hard time being distracted by it. And if you get a cellular-enabled model, as I chose to do, that means that you can actually use your smartwatch as a standalone phone. Meaning that you can leave your phone at home and still be able to make calls and send messages. So for all intents and purposes, this is actually a dumb phone. And I've spent a lot of time trying to use it as a standalone phone over the past year. Which brings us back to the original question: are dumb phones just a gimmick, or are they actually genius? Here's my take. I think dumb phones are great in theory, but a gimmick in reality. First, the positive. The growing interest in dumb phones shows that people are looking to disconnect from our screen-saturated lives, which is definitely a great trend. And on the surface, dumb phones do seem like a promising solution to that problem. But good ideas don't always pan out in reality, which is why I think dumb phones are mostly just a gimmick. Even my Apple Watch, which checks all the boxes for being a perfect dumb phone, fell short. It worked great for taking a stroll or maybe a quick trip to the grocery store. But beyond that, I found myself needing the full range of tools and flexibility that only a smartphone can truly offer. Because smartphones aren't just phones anymore. They're powerful tools that are deeply integrated into the modern world. They create lots of problems, but they also fix countless others, and have the potential to simplify our everyday lives. And that's the problem with dumb phones. They're bound to leave out critical features that are essential for navigating the modern world. Instead of cutting out technology entirely, we just have to figure out how to build a healthier relationship with it. Curious about how to do so? Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. I've got another video in the works about how to do just that, which I'll be sure to link at the end as soon as I have it up. For now, I'd love to hear your own thoughts on the topic. Are dumb phones just a gimmick, or are they actually genius? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.